What did McLaren release? Oh yeah, frick. Canadian winters are long.
Damn. Oh!
That's just plainly depressing. How do I get through it? When I'm not working on my car, I'm spending time dreaming. The best place to develop your dreams is at the Geneva Motor Show. Now, I'm definitely not hopping on a plane and heading to this show anytime soon. The thing is, the Geneva Motor Show is bringing a lot of money and concepts and really has a lot of cool cars that generally come out to it. This coronavirus thing going around right now, which is apparently affecting car stuff, it affects events, right? They gotta shut down stuff. Why? Large events, virus spread, yada, 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 yada. People, wash your hands. Come on, just start with that, even if there's not a virus going around. Anyway, the Geneva Motor Show has some of the best releases for content. The thing is it's canceled now. Thankfully, there's this thing called the internet.
Oh, they have the internet on computers now.
So I'm going to take you through some of the coolest releases from cars, not only from the Geneva Auto Show, but some other cool stuff that came out this week. Can we start off with the fact that French cars are actually really sexy? It might be the fact that we don't get these cars here in North America. Case in point, Peugeot DS9. Here's the thing, DS is another one of those luxury breakaway brands, just like Genesis and Hyundai and Lexus and Toyota, yada, yada, yada. DS is luxury to Peugeot. The DS9 is supposed to be a flagship, mid-level luxury sedan, and let me tell you, it is beautiful. It's a good-looking car, and I mean, it doesn't hurt that they hired good-looking people to pitch it. Hey, this car is just as sexy as you are, if you buy it, that is, right? Cool touches like the chrome accents on the exterior or the headlamps or the interior buttons. There's a lot of cool little things going on. Something utterly French. And this is what the Japanese brands used to be, where they used to be really cool and funky, but now are just kind of getting a little bit too weird, versus now you've got French weird, which is style, at least in my opinion. While we're on the subject of French quirkiness, let's talk about the Morphoz or Morphoz, whatever. The Renault Morphoz concept, very simple and straightforward. Battery pack gets exchanged whenever you need it. Ideally, you're filled up with a full one right away. And obviously the other battery pack gets recycled, recharged, whatever you got to do with it. A very cool take on what to do with electricity and what can solve the charge time issues that we may currently have. Definitely outside of the box thinking. They're not the first company to think of this type of solution, but they're the first to demonstrate it in a mass vehicle, even though it's just a concept. One other cool thing about this car is the fact that it stretches its wheelbase, so it's got these swelling areas that stretch it out, so you get more space. I really like that. You're not always using the entire length of your car for space. You may just need more. It could be a 2-seater, it could be a 4-seater, whatever you need it for at that time, you can squeeze it. So you know what? Credit for outside the box thinking. So what else happened with the Geneva show? Ferrari didn't make any different arrangements. Audi said it would do some digital releases of its cars. Rimac will be delaying another week or two the release of its C2 car, which will be an absolutely insane hypercar because the first one was already amazing. Aston Martin plans to live stream something. I don't think it'll be anything out of the ordinary. We've seen all their big supercars that are coming out. Maybe they'll tie in James Bond or Formula One. Fiat Chrysler said it had no plan B for the cancellation of the Geneva Auto Show, but it was thinking of creative ways to release its new Fiat 500 electric. No one cares. Porsche decided to unveil its new 911 Turbo S, which is actually faster than the outgoing 911 GT2 RS. Absolutely mind-blowing. I don't know what to say about that. It looks fantastic. It's got a nice swollen butt. 10.5-second quarter mile. It's hard to beat a 911 these days for all-around goodness at its price point. BMW released its i4 concept. If I'm trying to be nice, the only thing I like about the i4 concept is the clear badging. They came up with like a new clear BMW badge. Man, that new grille is just... They could have done okay with it. This poster is BMW's from like the beginning to almost current, and at some point in time they were long kidney grills on BMWs. The problem is there's an aesthetically pleasing way to do it, and BMW is not achieving this at all. It exists, it's out there, go take a look. Mercedes apparently released a new E-Class. I couldn't tell by looking at it. Maybe they just blurred their lens and said, hey, here's some new parts. Yeehaw. The show must go on, and Christian von Koenigsegg is the one that definitely hit the point home. Didn't pack the stage, didn't pack up the cars, stayed in Geneva and decided to do a release directly from the show. Koenigsegg showed off their Jesko supercar, which is actually named after Christian von Koenigsegg's father. More cool than that was the Gemera supercar that was released. A 4-seater, 2-door, but 4-seater hypercar with almost 1700 horsepower. Forever pushing the engineering envelope, Koenigsegg has designed this car to have 3 electric motors and almost 1700 horsepower. It is supported by a gasoline or petrol motor that is a 3-cylinder high output, so a neat way of showing off their design sophistication was partnering up with John Olsen and basically using his bag line, which is douchebags, using that line of luggage to demonstrate you could have 3 full-size bags in the trunk of this car and also another bag in the front. It really has a lot of trunk space, which is weird. You don't really talk about that. When the luggage compartments are that well thought out on a hypercar, you know that the rest of it has also had the same type of passion and engineering thrown into it. McLaren came out with its next version in the long tail story, which is the 765, different tail and some different nose elements and side skirts. It's not all new, but it's an improvement on a lot of different things. In particular, the exhaust is absolutely awesome. Dare I say even Lamborghini-esque. Volkswagen had a press conference to deal with its new ID brand. No one really cares. It's now all these sub-brands trying to get new markets to forget the old brands. Apparently ID is the electric version, just like I for BMW. So in other news, Morgan has the new Plus 4 out, which is a lot of changes. I know it doesn't look that way because this car looks like it's out of like the 1930s or something like that, but it's actually got the new 4-cylinder BMW motor, which is going to be shared with the Supra. It's not anywhere near the top of my list, but it's a pretty cool car in terms of being different and quirky. I've saved the best for last. Alfa Romeo Giulia GTA and GTAm are absolutely gorgeous. They're more powerful, they're more pretty, they're more aerodynamic, they seem aggressive. Basically, the M on the GTAm package means that you delete the rear seats in a 4-door car. That just ticks the enthusiast box. They add a roll cage, a spot for your helmets, and harnesses. Also, very pretty center lock wheels, which is a first for Alfa Romeo. Absolutely gorgeous. Want this car, want to drive it fast. Don't think I'll ever have the money. So there you go. Geneva Auto Show, canceled or not, and all the cool car stuff that happened this week. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Remember, all gas, no brakes.